Guys, Paula here. Welcome back to my channel, The Flavorful Home. Thanksgiving is almost here. Want to make some pie? Let's make some sweet potato pie. Come on. Okay, what goes into sweet potato pie? 1 unbaked pie crust. I use an all butter recipe. You can use whatever makes you happy. Store-bought, all butter, lard, whatever pie crust you use, just make sure it's unbaked. And this is, it's probably maybe just 9 inches, possibly 8.5. We have 1.5 cups of sweet potatoes that have been cooked, like you make mashed potatoes, drained and mashed. The recipe says 1 pound of sweet potato mashed, and 1 pound comes out to 1 to 1.5 cups. A little bit more doesn't hurt. It's okay. You need 1/2 cup of butter. If your sweet potato is hot, you don't need to melt your butter. If it's softened, the heat of it will melt it. Mine was not hot. I cooked them yesterday, so I melted my 1/2 cup of butter, and it's salted butter. 1 cup of sugar. Okay, now I know I tell you when baking it's a different animal, but what I did here was I did a little bit more than 1/2 cup of white granulated and topped it off with brown. I make my brown sugar with molasses. It is phenomenal, and it's just going to add to the taste. I didn't decrease or increase. I just added it to make it 1/2 cup. Now, 1/2 cup of milk. I did 1/4 of whole milk, and I did 1/4 of heavy cream. Heavy cream just makes it so delicious and creamy. 2 eggs. I'm using my bourbon vanilla extract that I made because the bourbon adds an amazing taste to sweet potato pie, pumpkin pie, banana bread, things in that vein, apple pie, all the fall spicy flavors. The bourbon is incredible, but you can also use the vodka or rum. Whatever vanilla you have works. This is what I'm going with. We're going to put it in a bowl, and I'm using my handheld mixer. No need to bust out the KitchenAid. Let's get that going. Also, I completely forgot. This is 1/2 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, which is fresh. I grind it with my nutmeg grinder, and 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm following the recipe exact with this because the gal said this is a cookbook recipe that her grandmother submitted, and do it the way it is. Other than my sugar and the cream, I'm keeping the spice the same. In goes the sweet potato. There goes that sugar. Here comes the butter. Nice and melted. And your milk. You get them combined before you do the eggs, vanilla, and spices. Okay, that looks smooth to me. Mix thoroughly. And you add the eggs one at a time. After each one is in, you mix it thoroughly. Now I'm going to put in my vanilla. It is a teaspoon of it. I'm not going to cry if it's a little more. Just give it a, you know what? I'm not even going to use that. I'm just going to do this. You can see that it's the butter and because the milk was cold, it makes the butter firm up. That's okay. Off you go. Get these off, and then we're going to put it in the pie shell. Be back in a second. Okay. Just going to pour that right into the shell. And I did poke some holes with the fork in the bottom, but it is unbaked. Oh, there goes my violet. And just spread it around. My oven has been preheating at 450. I am going to put it in. I am going to put it on a cookie sheet. It's just a force of habit. I can't help it. It bakes uncovered for 55 to 60 minutes or until a toothpick in the center comes out clean. We'll come back when it's finished. There you go, guys. My finished pie. Beautiful browned crust. A lovely caramel color. With the dough trimmings, I like to cut leaf shapes. I have tiny cutters and I do little designs on my pies after it was baking for about 15, maybe 20 minutes. I put them on top and let it float. But it came beautiful and I hope you'll give it a try. It is certainly a delicious pie. Don't forget to check the description box. I will put the recipe in there. Well, what'd you think? I hope you enjoyed it. It's not a hard recipe at all. Sweet potato pie is a different taste than pumpkin. It's delicious. I will often eat it for breakfast because it is so good. My aunt would serve it along with the main course. My uncle was from Mississippi, and sweet potato pie would go on the table with all the sides. So you could even do that if you'd like. Hey, if we eat sweet potato casserole, why not add sweet potato pie? Alrighty, friends. Thanks for watching. If you're new, I hope you'll come back again. Hit the thumbs up, notification bell down there so you know when new videos come out. Friends, have a very happy Thanksgiving. Try to remember to think of those who aren't as fortunate or are going through tough times. Many people find the holidays very distressing. So let's pray for them. In the meantime, go create something wonderful. Bye-bye now.